I've been married for over 20 years, and I spent a lot of time online doing marriage videos, family videos, hardcore pro black content, right? And it wasn't getting a lot of attention. So I created my program, Urban Nerves. Going out to talk to inner city youth, going into the prisons, doing all kinds of things to bring awareness to our community. And I always came under fire when I would criticize our community. All the men would be on my side when I criticized the women, and then all the women, and I would lose the support of the women. And then when I criticized the men, all the women would be on our side because I always say I'm not pro-black man or pro-black woman. I'm pro-black people, pro-black community. I stand for what's right, right? So today I'm talking about Big Tigger and his wife Alicia Brown. And I did one video on it. I didn't do too much because I wanted more information to come out in regards to this. They've been together for a while. I know that she has a checkered past, but we're hearing now that she's just been arrested on kidnapping. Y'all know what I mean? Charges of her own 10-year-old daughter with one of her children's fathers. Right? We're hearing that she has 4 children by 4 different men. Now she's going through a situation with Big Tigger, right? And there was an alarming video that came out about 2 weeks ago where you couldn't really see everything, but it was like they was fighting over the phone or something, and she fell into the door. But now we get more clarity to the video. A lot of the sisterhood has now turned on Alicia Brown and said that she was being performative. They was not feeling the image that they saw. Now I scanned the internet because I wanted to see what a lot of black women were saying about this because I have 2 daughters, I have a wife. When it comes to domestic violence, I don't play that, right? I don't, I take that serious. But there was a lot of women that's not feeling Alicia Brown, right? But let's get off. Let's share the screen and let's get off into with some of the things that the women are saying in regards to this case, man. Because this thing is heating up, man. We know we have the gender war. We know that we have the gender war online, and I try to stand clear of the gender war, right? But sometimes you got to go into the mud in order to bring our people out, right? So we're gonna really break this stuff down, man. We're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna have a conversation today.
Major plot twist alert. Big Tigger's wife, Alicia Brown, has now been arrested. This escalated much quicker than I thought. Like, just when you thought the case couldn't get more complicated, it's complicated. It is now being reported that she was arrested in Georgia on a warrant related to kidnapping. Park County Sheriff's Office says deputies tracked down her vehicle Monday night after receiving a bolo tied to outstanding kidnapping-related warrants out of Maryland. The authorities say that she was arrested without incident during a felony traffic stop on Interstate 85.
She got a serious New York accent.
2 young children were inside her vehicle. One of those children was her child with Big Tigger. The Maryland warrant stemmed from the 2019 disappearance of her 10-year-old child, Alicia Brown. She faces a felony interference with child custody charge in Georgia, and officials say she will be extradited to Maryland. This is so freaking crazy. I was just doing research to make a video about her missing daughter, and the circumstances around her daughter going missing are crazy. And I was listening to her father, the daughter's father, speak. He seems to be the only one looking for her. The mother, Alicia, has just moved on with her life, had 2 more kids, got married. And it's like, did you forget that you got a daughter out there that's missing? Did you do something to the daughter? Where is the daughter? So now this is beyond Big Tigger. This is beyond any domestic violence situation that they might have going on. This lady just got arrested for kidnapping. And it involves her missing daughter, Aaliyah, y'all. Y'all were all asking, what's going on? Where is her daughter? Oh, shit is about to hit the fan.
So listen. Now some will say, well, what does that got to do with the Big Tigger situation? Well, it's about character and historical pattern, right? Like I said, I don't advocate any man putting his hands on a woman, but I know the danger. I know the dangers that a woman could be, when there's an unruly man. But I also understand the dangers that a man could be in with an unruly woman, right? And she has a track record and history. I seen that the other baby father, when he was on Tasha K, he was explaining the story, and I didn't know if I fully agreed with everything. But now when the police rushing in to arrest her, man, it gets to be it gets to be alarming, right? But let's read the article. Let's read the article and let's come back. Let's read the article and then we'll come right back. Now check this out, right? Big Tigger's wife, Alicia Brown, busted on kidnapping warrant, right? Big Tigger's estranged wife, Alicia Brown, is now facing a whole new set of legal problems. TMZ has learned she's been arrested in Georgia on a warrant related to kidnapping. Hart County Sheriff Office tells TMZ deputies tracked down Brown's SUV Monday night after receiving a bolo tied to outstanding kidnapping related warrants out of Maryland. Authorities say Brown was arrested without incident during a felony traffic stop on Interstate 85, and 2 young children inside the vehicle were safely recovered. We're told Tigger's kid that he shares with Brown was one of the kids in the car, right? Man, it's the investigators say the Maryland warrant stems from a 2019 disappearance of a 10-year-old child. Brown faces a felony interference with child custody charge in Georgia, and officials say she'll be extradited to Maryland. Man, this thing is crazy, man. The arrest marks a stunning new development in what already has been an explosive stretch for Brown, right? And when I look at them, like, she's an attractive woman. As TMZ previously reported, Tigger was arrested last month on aggravated battery and cruelty to children charges. Ring camera footage then surfaced that appeared to show Tigger's legal name, Darian Morgan, physically assaulting Brown during a confrontation, right? Brown was later granted temporary protective order, claiming she suffered an eye injury during the incident that required stitches at the hospital. She was given temporary custody of the minor children and exclusive use of the family phone. Now I guess that once she went in to get that custody thing, that warrant flashed, and that's when everything came out. But then we got this TMZ video of the exchange fight.
If you let me go.
Okay, give me back my phone.
Move.
Give me back my phone.
Do not touch me.
Give me back my phone.
Please do not
You
touch
just
me.
said if I get off you, give me back my phone.
Don't
You just said.
So I when it comes to this, but let's read some more, right? TMZ then published additional footage earlier Tuesday that appears to show Brown and Tigger wrestling over a cell phone. So for me, it was a wrestle over a cell phone. There was no assault there. There definitely wasn't an assault there. He didn't step on her or hit her or curse her. He actually apologized to her in one sense. Now, for me, as a man, as a father of daughters, I would just advise my daughter, listen, give that man a phone and get away from it. If y'all having some issues or whatever. I know in marriages, sometimes you have issues, you run into, as y'all go through rough patch, it's not a cakewalk, right? It's not a cakewalk, right? But let's read on. TMZ then published additional footage earlier Tuesday that, now it seems Brown's legal problems have drastically escalated, right? So she's having trouble, but that's not the only thing, because there's a lot of women that's not feeling her, right? There's some women that's on her side, there's some not. But let's go back and let's look at what the women are saying, because I like to get it from a lot of the women's perspective.
For real.
And another thing, y'all love talking about DL men and how they put their hands on women, and y'all been talking about Tigger liking dick since the 90s. But y'all, in these comments, she needs to give him his phone back. No, his phone. She needs to give him his phone back. His phone. His phone. His phone. Y'all need to grow up. Y'all need to grow up. Okay? That nigga is Big Tigger. You mean to tell me he don't have another phone? There are more than just one aspect of this video. It did end in a DV case. And if I recall in that paperwork, I think kids were home, but I could be wrong because there are so many DV cases lately. But I love that y'all care about phones and not people. I love that y'all minds could not wrap itself around understanding a woman that is probably not that well in the head already. And Big Tigger knew that. You knew that lady had all types of cases and all stuff going on. And you still went and had a baby with her and married her, right? And
well, I understand her point too, But just because that doesn't excuse her behavior, she still has to be accountable for her behavior, just as well as we expect Big Tigger to be held accountable for his behavior. Like I said, I call us down the middle. You can't make that excuse for her. If she's acting the fool, she's acting the fool, right? If he's acting the fool, he has to be held accountable for his behavior as well, right? But let's listen to some more.
Now you're rolling around on the ground with her old phone like you don't have a cloud. Like you're not a rich man that can't just go step outside, go sit in your car, lock the doors, call the police with the other phone that I know got, and be like, hey, she ain't here acting a fool. But no, you want to roll around on the ground with her so you can have an opportunity to push her up against the door and bust her so she can get stitches. And everybody will think that it was all just an accident and she was just putting on. Y'all, listen, I need y'all to go get some education about domestic violence, because every time something like this happens, y'all always defend the men no matter what.
Now, I disagree with that. That's a lie. Whenever there's something like that, they don't defend the men no matter what. A man is always, if a woman accuses a man of touching her, and whether in the physical way or a sexual way, he's always guilty until proven innocent. So that's a lie. That's a bold-faced, blatant lie, right? Because if my sister come to me and tell me that a man put his hands on her, I'm gonna go bust his head to the white meat, and then I'll find out afterwards. So she's not telling the truth. That's why a lot of times when y'all getting hands put on y'all don't come tell us, because y'all already know what we're gonna do, right? So no, the man is always guilty, right? So I'm not listening to that part. That's a crock of crap. Now, as far as like her falling up against the wall, like I tell you guys, listen, walk away, bro. Walk away. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And I know in marriages, man, listen, you have problems at times, man. It's not always peaches and cream. It's not always good, right? It's not always good.
No matter what, y'all defend the men. Y'all need to unpack that. But I'm so sorry that I expect more from people. And my commentary is going to come from that standpoint. It's not going to come from the basement dwelling because that think that phones are more important.
And for me, I like a woman that can articulate herself without every other word being a cuss word. Not from an emotion. I tell you guys, remove the emotion. Let's have a real conversation. And one thing I tell people, men and women, do not take your past experiences and put it on nobody else. Let's look at this like a white sheet of paper, and let's analyze this whole thing, right? So that way we can get the proper judgment on what's going on here. Right. I don't like the fact that she took his phone. I don't like the fact that he was wrestling with her over the phone. From the video I'm seeing now, do it look like he was assaulting her? No. Right. I just don't like the fact that this is on video. They're going through what they're going through. And now she's being arrested on felony kidnapping charges. Like this whole thing is just a mess, man.
And people get there.
Now you heard that woman. Now this is another woman's perspective.
I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting that at the end. I wasn't expecting the end. And so, a couple of things. One, and y'all might chew me up. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being chewed up. But here's the thing. Videos like this, not incidents, not domestic violence cases like this, but videos like this one makes it so hard for women that are in serious domestic violence cases, because this here, I'm not convinced that you're a victim right here. I'm not saying that you're not a victim, but in this video right here, why are we not giving the man his phone? It's given very dramatic right here only. It's given very dramatic, because how many times he got to ask you to give him his phone? What is in that phone that you want to see? Like, whatever it is that's in that phone that you want to see so bad. I mean, if you're just looking for a reason to leave, then just do that. Just leave, because whatever you're trying to find confirmation in the phone for justification for what? Like, what is the end goal here? Like, are we trying to find evidence of cheating for like a divorce? I don't know. But see, my mind, I be overanalyzing stuff anyway. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I could be overanalyzing. I could be loud and wrong. If I'm loud and wrong, I'll happily issue an apology later. Probably not. But
One thing I don't like when a lot of women, when a lot of our sisters talk before they open their mouth, if they're going to agree with a man, they always say, well, I know I'm going to get destroyed for this. I know they're going to come after me for this. That right there is an indicator. Me as a father of daughters and sons lets me know that a lot of times they even know that they can't criticize black women. I don't like that. When a black woman is wrong, she's wrong. I'm a criticizer. When a black man is wrong, he's wrong. I don't like that you have to preface it by saying, I know I'm gonna get that's something that if you say you love black people, some of our sisters in the community, y'all gotta take a look at that. Why do black women, when they gonna have an opinion separate from the women group, well, I know I'm gonna get destroyed? I don't like that. That I think it's stupid. And I think that if we really love black people and we want to clean up this foolishness in our community, we got to get away from that. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Right? And I'm not on Big Tigger's side or her side. I'm on the side of the truth. And we just like getting more to the truth. Right? But let's listen to some more.
I'll take it and I'll eat it. You know what I'm saying? I can't be right all the time, even though most of the time I am right. But no, seriously, why are we not giving a man the phone? And like you did fall to from what I can see, you look like you literally fell to the ground. And here's why I say it makes it harder for people who are in actual domestic violence situations is because usually when people really fear for their life and they're really threatened by the harm their significant other can cause to them, they are not provoking said person. They are usually trying to fly below the radar. They're usually not trying to piss them off.
Now, this is a very mature commentary, whether you agree or disagree. And she was able to articulate herself without every word being a cuss word, over emotional, right? Some will agree with her, some will disagree with her. And that's fair. This is just worth a conversation. But let's not, because I may say something you disagree, all of a sudden I'm the worst person on the planet. No. Don't, if you got beaten in the past by a man, that case, whatever went on with you has nothing to do with this. Nothing to do with this. If I was done wrong or had my heart broken by a woman in the past, that don't mean that all women are bad, right? Whatever's going on is a separate case from my emotional trauma. And then we have to separate the two. So if I say something you disagree with, do not bring your trauma into this. This is something totally different. And this is a conversation. But let's proceed.
They wouldn't dare take a goddamn phone if they're really scared that this person probably is going to hurt me because he's done it before. They like I said, they're trying to de-escalate situations. They're not trying to make him more upset. And in this situation, I'm just seeing a lot of provocation, to be honest with you, because why are you hanging on to this man's phone so bad? And you all on the phone talking about some, oh, you wouldn't do it to anybody else, or if I was anybody else. But it's like, girl, you had one job, get a man back his phone. And then your friend that's over there recording, he, I don't know what's on the other end of the phone. So sorry. The pronouns over there, all in the darn camera talking about you can buy another phone. You sound crazy. I'm sorry, you sound crazy. Why on earth would I buy another phone because she's holding mine hostage? That's crazy in the head. She literally could just give him the phone.
Now, like I said, we can have conversations on this and we can agree, we can disagree. And these are the different perspectives. These are different perspectives coming from women, right? And this is where it gets real. This is where it gets real crazy, right? Because you have women. Hold on a second. You have women that's also coming on here and their voice and their opinion, and a lot of the women are not supporting her. These women, one woman said, why she got his phone anyway? That's not going to stop him from cheating. This woman is a pure actress. Another woman said, give that man his phone back. If you gotta do let it go, right? Another woman said, yeah, he was cheating, right? Another woman said, she's dramatic. Give him his phone. Another woman said, give him his phone. Another woman said, let's get into where is her missing daughter, right? So there's a lot of women that's coming after her, right? There's a lot of women that's coming after her for you know, for a lot of things that, you know, that she's been mixed up in, right? So but they wasn't finished. There's another woman. There's another woman that came and she said, "Let that man cheat and leave, baby." Another woman said, "Give him his phone. If you think your partner is doing bad, then walk away. This is unnecessary drama. Then playing victim is crazy." So she's not getting the support of the sisterhood. The sisterhood is, so for me as a man, I'm listening to, I'm getting out the way. I'm reading what the sisters are saying, right? Ladies, if he not willing to hand you his phone, you already know the answer. Now you're just staying or going, right? She's something the F else. Baby, give him the phone. Whatever is in it means the world to him. Give it back to him and leave with your peace, dignity, and self-respect. Because why are you withholding his property like that and then trying to play victim, right? So you got a lot of women. You got a lot of women that's not siding with her. They're coming out against her, right? And for me, we've seen both videos. The other video wasn't really clear on what was going on. Me being married for over 20 years, I know you have issues in relationships. I'm not going to sit here and say that that I know for sure he was trying to physically abuse her or wasn't. I don't know, but we got to wait for the full case to come out. But we know that we saw that this woman, she's had multiple issues with different men, baby fathers. Now she's has a kidnapping charge where she took the child away from the father. A lot of black women is not buying this and what she's been doing, and they're not buying this once this other video coming out. And all just because, let me say this, just because a woman don't agree with you as another woman don't make her pick me. It's just her opinion, right? We all may see things differently. That doesn't make her a pick me. Just because she's a woman don't mean she got to agree with you. Sometimes y'all are wrong as well. Sometimes us as men are wrong. When I see a man just physically abusing a woman, that makes me cringe. It makes me want to get at that man because I don't abuse my daughters or my wife, right? So I'm in the business of the prevention business and the truth. And what I just gave you was no angle on what's being reported. But y'all let me know what y'all think. If y'all made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace. Oh yeah, and the link to the description, the link to the video is in the description box. All right, remember that. The link to the video is in the description box.